afternoon. Good afternoon. At this time, we'll ask everyone to remain standing for the national anthem and lift every voice and sing.
So proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched, were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there.
to the members of the Southfield Board of Education, to our Superintendent, Dr. Jennifer Green, members of her cabinet, Southfield Public Schools administration and staff, University High School faculty and staff, university families, parents, and community members. And most importantly, to the individuals we are here to recognize today, the class of 2019. So at this time, I would like to acknowledge and thank several students for their demonstration of leadership and commitment to excellence during their time at University High School. First, our senior class was dedicated to academic excellence. They supported one another as their class loads became increasingly difficult. Please join me in celebrating the two students who finished at the top of this class. Our valedictorian, Tolulole Aladele, and our salutatorian, Timiteo Oyolade. The four pillars of the National Honor Society are character, scholarship, leadership, and service. Each of these leaders surpassed the expectations set by the National Honor Society. Our officers, President Sakna Joe, Vice President Taylor Johnson, Treasurer India Everson, Secretary Timiteo Ayalete. I would like to congratulate and announce the three seniors who have met the criteria for receiving the Michigan Seal of Biliteracy in English and Spanish by demonstrating language proficiency at or above the intermediate level. Lauren Marshall, Vanessa Mekwa, and Veronica Vankoski. And what would the senior year experience be like without the hard work of the class board? Who else could have planned all of those activities to bolster school engagement and class spirit? I am grateful for the leadership, commitment, and class spirit displayed by these outstanding school leaders. Will the members of the class board please stand? Job well done, well done. Thank you. And last but not least, we must acknowledge the leaders of this class who coordinated all of the activities and efforts for this school year. Starting with our president, Taylor Ballard, our vice president, Omo Balade Adetumbi, our secretary, Janelle James, corresponding secretary, Brianna Lovejoy, and our treasurer, Madrid, Spain. Graduates, during your sophomore year, your class board selected No Limits as a concept for our board shirts. This theme evolved into a motto for your class, and indeed, No Limits has been your mindset since the fall of 2015. As a result, this fall, 100% of you plan to further your education at a 2- or 4-year college or university. And you are attending many great institutions of higher learning, including Eastern Michigan University, Howard University, Michigan State University, Morehouse College, North Carolina A&T, Schoolcraft College, Spelman College, Tennessee State University, Western Michigan University, and 28 of you, 25% of you, will be heading to the University of Michigan, Ann Arbor in the fall. And you are helping your family subsidize your education with the highest academic scholarship total to date for us, over $10 million. Excellent. So now it is time for new beginnings and new goals. As you matriculate to college, it is imperative that you sustain the no limits mindset you learned during your years at the U. So first, I want to remind you to keep good company. You heard it over and over again. You are the average of the 5 people with whom you spend the most time. Over the last 4 years, you studied together, you complained together, you cheered for one another, and you even cried together. You've established strong connections at university, and now you are transitioning to significantly larger learning communities. Consistently evaluate your new circle and be sure that your friends have a growth mindset and the audacity to encourage you to reach your goals. Next, I want to encourage you to embrace challenges. As a matter of fact, I want you to be thankful for those challenges. You are graduating from the U, so I am certain you are prepared for the challenges that you will face at the next level. College will be filled with challenging courses, challenging professors, challenging relationships, and challenging decisions. Do not worry when you face these challenges, for worrying is a distraction from your goals. And challenges, if managed wisely, build character. Next, I want you to be leery about the comparison mindset. One of my favorite quotes on comparison is, "There's no comparison between the sun and the moon. They both shine when it's their time." Over the years, I have observed you celebrate the achievements of your classmates, even when you are in competition. Everyone's journey is different. So continue to root for, encourage, and believe in one another. Last, do the work. During high school, you did the work or you wouldn't be here today. Be persistent in developing the skills you already possess, identifying those areas that you can improve, and make the everyday choices that align with your goals. And last, 2019, it has been my pleasure to serve as your dean and an honor to serve as your class sponsor. Each of you is unique and will contribute something special to the world, and only you can contribute what you have to offer. I can't wait to see what you will accomplish in the future. Please continue to believe in yourself as we believe in each and every one of you. Believe in your goals, and last, no limits. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Sharonda Chiangong, and I am the Student Board Representative for the Southfield Board of Education. I have attended Southfield Public Schools all of my life, commencing from Kennedy Elementary School, then MacArthur K-8 University Academy, and finally graduating from the amazing University High School Academy. As student representative, I was blessed with the opportunity to work with several members on the board and witness firsthand how our community interacts with the board and the way that our board collaborates on behalf of the SPS learning community. Furthermore, the decision-making processes and positive community impact inspired me to want to pursue a career that impacts my community greatly. Serving on the board also allowed me to give the students at university a voice by sharing our various perspectives. Similarly, this position strengthened my leadership, teamwork, diligence, and public speaking skills, and for that, I thank you all. Now, it is my greatest pleasure to introduce the Southfield Board of Education. When I call your name, please rise. Mr. Charles A. Hicks, President. Mr. Michael M. Poole, Vice President. Mrs. Talisha Rice, Treasurer. Mrs. Leslie L. Smith-Thomas, Secretary. Mrs. Yolanda S. Charles, Trustee. Mrs. Betty C. Robinson, Trustee. Mr. Darrell B. Joyce, Trustee. Mr. Solon Phillips, Chief Legal Officer. Mr. Ricky Fountain, Chief Academic Officer. Mrs. Kate Dankovich, Associate Superintendent of Administrative Services. Mrs. Vicki Hall, Associate Superintendent of Human Resources. Mr. Darrell Beebe, Director of Student and Family Support Network. Dr. Lanissa L. Freeman, Director of Intense Student Support. Mr. Stott Toko, Director of Operations. Mrs. Pamela English, Executive Director of Instructional Innovation. Ms. Cherise Ferris, Director of State and Federal Programs. Mr. John Dingnam, Director of Post-Secondary Career Planning. Can you give them all a round of applause, please? Thank you. You may be seated. Now, this final person has been very instrumental in my life, and she helped me to succeed not only as a student representative, but as a student and a person as well. Her compassion, kindness, generosity, and willingness to help in any way possible really made my final year of high school both memorable and enjoyable. Without further ado, I would like to introduce the Superintendent of Southfield Public Schools, Dr. Jennifer Green.
Good morning to the Southfield Board of Education, parents, community partners, administrators, teachers, staff, volunteers of the Southfield Public Schools. I say thank you. Thank you for your service that you have given to our academic scholars and the many other students that attend our magnificent school district. To the dignitaries, clergy, and visiting educators from neighboring school districts, I would like to say thank you for joining us, and thank you for supporting our honorees being recognized here today. This commencement ceremony is a time to relish the fruits of your past achievements, a time to set new goals, and a time to renew our commitments to ourselves and to those values that make us the intelligent, beautiful, gifted, and diverse people that we are. This ceremony serves also to remind us of how closely our lives are intertwined and how much certain people mean to us, for we honor you today. But no one made it here alone. No one made it to this point without support. At this time, I would like to ask the parents, grandparents, aunts, uncles, and guardians of the honorees to please stand and be recognized. Thank you for your unwavering support. Please be seated. No matter how high you climb on the ladder of life, your parents, grandparents, guardians, and family will always be there, watching, assessing, nurturing, and ensuring that you represent them with dignity, strength, and the compassion by which you were raised. So today, as we gather to honor your achievements, I take the liberty to express our past generation's confidence in each of you. The world in which you are passing is one cast with shadows. I say this not to frighten you, but to challenge you as you move forward in the continued pursuit of excellence. Marcus Aurelius, a Roman emperor, said it best when giving advice to his own children about to strike out on their own. He said, Everything we hear is an opinion, not a fact, and everything we see is perspective, not necessarily the truth. Marcus Garvey, Black nationalist, said, "Intelligence rules the world, and ignorance carries the burden." Or perhaps you can best relate to a message from a mom. There is greatness in all of us. Dare to discover your greatness, because life is the sum of your choices. From time to time, you will make mistakes. They are inevitable. Yet a wise man once said, "An error does not become a mistake unless you refuse to correct it." So I want you to know that there is nothing wrong with falling down, just as long as you rise 2 inches taller when you pick yourself up off the floor. At times, your pursuit of self may lead you far from home, and at times, you will feel as if you don't belong. But remember, home is always where the heart is. It is where your passion takes you. Your education, family, and faith is the source of the strength that will sustain you through the hardships that are to come. As you continue on your path, you will lose some friends and gain new ones. I believe Dean Williams mentioned those. The process will prove to be painful, but often necessary. They will change, and you will simply change, because the only thing constant in life is change. From time to time, they must find their way, and their way may not be yours. So enjoy them for who they are and remember them for what they were. Don't confuse popularity with purpose. The light that shines in you will always be greater than the light that shines on you. I challenge you today to see in the adversities of life the challenge to excel and not the excuse for failure. I challenge you today to see in the battles that lie ahead the fires that will forge strength and greatness, and not the flames that will destroy hopes and dreams. I challenge you today to see in the life ahead the wondrous unfolding of providence, and not the fate of the trapped and disadvantaged. You are children of the universe, no greater than the less fortunate, and no less than the heavenly stars. You have earned the right to be honored today. And whether or not it is clear to you at this moment, have no doubt that the universe is unfolding as it should, and your rightful place among the mighty legends of your great ancestry has been preordained. Sooner or later, no matter how the difficult times may appear, all of it will work out if you employ 3 things: integrity, ingenuity, and your intelligence. The road is never easy. It was never meant to be. But in the long run, if you stay true to what you believe in, things will work out. It doesn't matter if 1 or 1,000 disagree with you. It doesn't matter if you stand completely alone. Fight for what you believe in. Fight for your education in the pursuit of excellence. Dare to discover the greatness in each of you. It's wonderful that others believe in you, but it's everything that you believe in yourself. Today I stand here with the village that has raised you, and humbled by having the pleasure of sharing this time of honor and recognition of your accomplishments. You have the encouragement and support of the past generations to rise to the level of greatness from which we hail. So as I close, I leave you with this quote from Sidney J. Harris, an American journalist with the Chicago Sun-Times, who said, "The purpose of education is to turn mirrors into windows." So I say to you, the sons and daughters of the Southfield Public Schools, we honor you today and we send you forth with prayers to turn your mirrors into windows of opportunity. Dare to discover the greatness in you.
Good afternoon. My name is Taylor Ballard, and I am class president for University High School Academy, class of 2019. For 12 years, I have been a part of the Southfield Public Schools family, attending Morris Adler Elementary, Bernie K-8 School, and University High School Academy. On behalf of my class, I would like to thank our sponsor, Dean Williams. A billion thank yous could not express our gratitude for your guidance and leadership. I would also like to thank our school board, our superintendent, Dr. Green, Assistant Dean Patton, our teachers, counselors, and staff members of University High who have empowered us with everlasting academic and social experience. It is an honor to speak to you all today. To my class, we so excited! We are the graduating seniors of 2019. I would first like to say, congratulations, we did it. We are here seated in our blue and yellow cap and gowns, ready to start a new excursion on this life's journey. In a few minutes, we will walk across the stage, accept our diplomas, and officially move our tassels as we matriculate from University High students to University High alumni. This event has been a long time in the making. 4 years for the majority and 5 years for some, those of you who attended UPrep. But looking back, it has all been worth it. Throughout the years, we definitely had our shares of challenges and changes, but that only demonstrated how resilient we really are. We conquered every new district initiative that was forced upon us. Do you remember the move from the Southfield High building to the Southfield Lather building? Do you remember when seminar used to be 7th hour and somehow throughout the years it got moved up to 2nd hour? Do you remember that in a class, if you averaged out an A- or better, you didn't have to take the final exam? Or what about the simple pleasure of when school started at 8:25 a.m.? Woo! Those were the good old days. But through all the changes, we learned how to turn lemons into lemonade. We have never allowed any of those experiences to limit us. Instead, we use these situations to build character and fuel creativity and becoming class with many firsts. We are the first class to bring lip sync battle to our school that many underclassmen use as a pre-Grammy performance. We are the first class to have our very own snow coming dance. We are the first class to have a school-sponsored prom send-off here at the U. We are the first class to have a senior trip, all thanks to Ms. Catherine Penn and her team. And we are the first class to graduate from the Aretha Franklin Amphitheater. The list goes on. We, class of 2019, have a determined mindset. We are pioneers, trailblazers, and leaders. We are about to take our first step in the real world, away from friends that we have known for years. We are going from 2 hallways to campuses as big as cities. We are about to find our purpose. We are no longer children. We have no idea what life has in store for us. But I know that we are capable of reaching the highest level of success that we desire. We are capable of being the first to make history because we have proven that we are achievers. When I look at class of 2019, I see doctors, nurses, coaches, lawyers, entrepreneurs, businessmen and women, engineers, Broadway performers, teachers, and so much more. Before Oprah Winfrey, President Barack Obama, Michelle Obama, Martin Luther King Jr. were history makers, they were young adults just like you and I. They did not place any limits on themselves, so let's not place any limits on ourselves when it comes to being successful. For those of you seated in the audience right now, you may be wondering, who are these amazing young people I am speaking to? Let me introduce them. My fellow classmates attending Michigan State University in the fall with me, stand up and remain standing for just a moment. My fellow classmates attending University of Michigan, Ann Arbor, and Dearborn, stand up and join us. My fellow classmates attending any college or university in Michigan in the fall, please stand up and join us. Yes, sir. My fellow classmates attending an HBCU, please stand up and join us. My fellow classmates that will be taking all their tools and talents to an out-of-state college or university, please stand up and join us. Ladies and gentlemen, these people you see standing before you represent the legacy of University High School Academy, 100% college acceptance rate. We are the first class to earn over $10 million in scholarships. Yes, this class is full of legends that were supported by all of you in the audience. Class of 2019, this is just the beginning. Remember, we are a class that rises above and pushes past any limitations placed on us. Understand that this is not the end. This is until we meet again. I can't wait to hear all of the amazing stories on how you all made an impact. Remember, be bold, be intentional, be impactful, be exceptional, but most importantly, be someone that has no limits when it comes to success. It has been an absolute pleasure to serve as your class president. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. My name's Salutatorian. I've been in Southfield Public Schools for 12 years. Started off at Stevenson, then I went to Levy, and then I ended up here at university. And well, here we are. I'm standing here fulfilling the dream I've had for so many years. The dream I've had since before I even knew what university was, both in terms of the school that I'm leaving and the school that I'm headed to. I'm standing here with friends I made back in Stevenson Elementary, with friends I made after leaving Stevenson, some friends I've made over the past couple of years, and even some friends I've known since before I even knew my own name. Well, where do I begin? You'd think if I'd been aspiring to be here for so long, I'd have at least some idea of what I want to say here. But when the time came to submit my draft, I was at a loss. There's so much to say. I could congratulate my friends sitting here before me, who have been working as hard as we can for so many years, and going on into our futures with not only a determined step, but with brilliant wings. I could congratulate the parents. Your babies are moving on. We're ready to leave the nest. The training wheels are coming off, and it's time to see what we've learned. I could thank the staff behind me. Yet another year done. On to the next one. I could thank the school board for doing so much for us behind the scenes. I could thank the wonderful Dean Williams for being our class sponsor. But I think I'll say this. Like I said, when time came for me to submit my draft, even along with the theme of no limits, I was at a loss. Because we've all heard the classic no limits spiel. You can be whatever you want to be. Follow your dreams. Let's stop there. Who sets limits? Society? Progress is being made day by day by individuals, and the universal ceiling is being pushed that little bit higher. Your birth doesn't determine anything about where you end up. Think about people who were born without a silver spoon in their mouths. Rappers, politicians, even the everyday heroes that put out our fires and protect and serve our communities. I guess it's true. We don't often think about it, but limits come from within. We give up to fatigue or insecurities, and we say, this is as far as I go. But I want to make this personal. What limits me? Well, let me tell you a story. A little boy was born into a fairly comfortable family. He had two older siblings. He seemed to be the happiest little guy you've ever seen. But of course, things weren't as they seem. He had a speech impediment. It was nothing major, but to him, it was the world. He avoided speaking whenever he could. He hated how other kids would tease him when he was talking on the playground. He hated how much money mommy and daddy would spend on speech therapy every week. He hated it. But of course he grew, and he grew out of it. And he made friends, but he never felt just right. But of course he grew. He made it to high school, but he never felt right. He never felt like he fit in, though he could have. If he could have only seen what the reality was, he would have been happy. If he would have moved the limit within himself, he would have been happy. And of course he grew. And he learned, just near the end of high school, that he was fine how he was. He was okay. He was himself. He was something to be proud of. He was the point of pride for his entire family. He was a perfectly fine person to be around. And finally, on graduation day, he stood before a crowd larger than he could ever imagine and told his story. I don't know what happened yet. The rest isn't quite known to me. Maybe he went home and got some takeout Chinese food. I don't know. Maybe he'll go on to be on cover of Time magazine. Maybe he'll become a published author. Maybe he'll even have a family. Who knows? My point is this. I went from being teased for being African and being called stupid for having poor articulation to standing here and giving a speech. And that's only my story. that's only my story. I'm sure everyone in this room has something to be proud of. My friend John went from being on crutches for years to jumping around on the stage, rapping, saying, "Please don't stop me." How fitting. My friends Taya, Moyo, Tupa, and I went from being 4 African boys in a church in someone's basement to 4 students at one of the best universities in the United States. My friend Kyle went from being a skilled athlete and, despite the naysayers, became a skilled gamer and can now do both much better than I could ever dream of doing. Every single one of us here has something to be proud of. Don't let it take you 10 years to realize that you're fine how you are. Just be you. Don't limit yourself. Just go. Don't feel sorry for yourself. Chase the warmth of the sunlight wherever it may take you. Just put a smile on your face and a spring in your step and take things one foot before the other. Even a toddler can walk. You have to stay stagnant for so long. Thank you.
At this time, can Board President Hicks and our Superintendent, Dr. Green, join me at the podium? The faculty of University High School Academy certify that the young men and women seated before you have fulfilled all of the requirements of the prescribed course of study and recommends that they are awarded the diploma from Southfield Public School District.
University High School Academy, class of 2019, please rise.
By the power vested in me by the Board of Education and
by the power vested in me by the state of Michigan, we hereby confer the diplomas of graduation with all the rights and privileges pertaining thereto.
So graduates, be seated and we will prepare to issue your diplomas.
Taylor Ballard. Sharonda Chiengang. Tolulupe Oladale. Adante Jones. Loren Ridgway. Anthony Abner. Chantal Addo. David Adelaide. Omabalade Adetumbi. Krista Blakely. Lorenz Braden. Shania Bridgeforth. Jayla Bundy. Amani Buskin. Lanique Calhoun. Treasure Causey. Janae Cameron. Cameron Cavett. Jalen Chavis. Cheyenne Clark. Courtney Cochran. Kayla Cox. Kaylin Pryor. Tamia Davis. Jaden Duvall. Crystal Diamond. Sakna Joe. Cheyenne Dixon. Christina Donaldson. Taylor Douglas. Jayla Dias. Madison Elkan.
Raven Evans. India Everson. Camille Fanning. Cameron Fanning. Dawn Fields. Reginald Fletcher. Billy Ford III. Ashley France. Ariane Gamble. Fatu Garjo. Michaela Gaston. Jordan Gatling. Faizan Gilstrap. Jalen Glenn. Kelly Goodwin. Justin Griffin. Sean Hadley. Aaliyah Hall. Taylor Harris. Austin Hayes. Dorian Hickman. Layla Howard. Frederick Hubbard. Janelle James. Alfred Jefferson II. Donovan Johnson. Jordan Johnson. Matthew Johnson.
Taylor Johnson. London Jones. Nade Ka. Sori Kita. Jasmine Lawson. Rick Lester. Brianna Lovejoy. Damian Maddox. Lauren Marshall. Amaya Martin. Sierra McCants. Camille McCullum. Todd Miller II. Vanessa McQuay. Haley Montgomery. Lauren Morrow. Maya Mwangi. Erica Nelson. Ariana Nwanye. Micah Ogletree. Moyo Sora Jubanir. Nia Owens. Timiteo Oyelalade. Julian Pearson. Kamaria Perkins. Jason Phillips. Alexis Quince. Diane Robinson. Dustin Sims. John Sloan.
Kennedy Smith. Marcellus Smith. Madrid, Spain. Ashley Staley. Taya Sweat. Sydney Tate. Keelan Turner. Awevram Edward Uswaman. Veronica Vankowski. Jordan Walker. Kyle Walker. Kayla Walthall. Felice Washington. Frank Washington. Matthew Williamson. Minyara Willingham. Cameron Wilson. Demetrius Wilson. Devin Wright. Jasmine Wynn. Justin Wynn. Tia Young.
So now is a time when we recognize a student who has been selected by our faculty to receive a $500 scholarship and receive what is known as a Dean's Cup. So this cup is awarded to a senior who possesses the qualities we all hope to be known for, someone who is ethical, honest, hardworking, a good citizen, but not necessarily someone who seeks the spotlight. This year's recipient most certainly falls in this category. A middle school teacher wrote, as a 6th grade student, he or she entered the university program at Bernie, and he or she was a very shy and hesitant student. At times, this young person even seemed quite overwhelmed. Over the next 3 years, I was able to watch this student grow, both academically and socially. This student always worked hard to make sure that he or she understood everything and started to come out of his or her shell, to ask questions and to be assertive in their learning. And from high school staff, although I taught him or her as an underclassman, as an upperclassman, he always greeted me and spoke whenever I saw him. He would even pop into my classroom to chat every now and then. In schoolwork, he does it all, thoroughly as you ask. He does the extra, the things the teacher doesn't even assign, because he just wants to understand. But wait, there's more. Do you have a task that you aren't great at? He can probably help you. Although quiet, he has always been helpful, polite, and respectful. This young man has persevered in the face of adversity and disappointment, and he is most certainly one of the most resilient young people I know. He was a pillar in the AV club and supported numerous during and after school activities. Matthew Johnson is that young man. Congratulations.
In order to be official graduates for the class of 2019, there's just one thing left to do.
In order to culminate your high school graduation, please move your tassel from the right to the left.
I now pronounce you graduates of the Southfield Public School District.
Congratulations once again. Thank you, everyone, for coming out to celebrate our alumni. And as we prepare for the recessional, we ask that everyone remain in your areas until the children have made it up, or the young men and women have made it up to the top of the hill. They will meet you there. Thank you.